All right, back on the PHLY Eagles show from the set of the Unblocked podcast with Brandon Graham. BG, what were your big takeaways from the win over the Chiefs?
Win over the Chiefs, man, they hung in there. It wasn't as pretty as people wanted it to on offense, but I felt like the defense got better. They got stronger. They made the stops that they needed to, especially that goal line stop by Makuba. Man, catching that ball. I mean, I ain't like that he got caught, but I gotta say that lineman was on his
He
stuff.
was moving.
Man. He believed that he could make a play. He went to go make it.
Now, you said the thing about the offense. People aren't quite as happy, and we've been talking about this a little bit on the show. I want to ask you about from a locker room standpoint, from a buy-in standpoint.
Yep.
I'm sure that AJ Brown would like to get the ball more. I'm sure Devontae would like to get the ball more. How hard do you think it is for those guys to, willingly take a second fiddle when you're still winning the game?
Well, it's hard because you won one already. So now it's probably
Right.
more about, man, I want to, the individuals a little bit. And you got to always kind of retrain your mind a little bit to know that our goals for the team is going to get you those individual, but you got to submit to the team and you got to get everybody to buy into that. That's the hardest part because, I want everybody to get their stuff. Shoot, I want mine too.
Right.
But I know winning will cure it all because now you can walk around the city a little more. You ain't got to go hiding because you stunk it up.
Right.
Or maybe you might have all your individual goals, but we still lost. And then, you feel a little good, but it don't feel as good if you're going home early. You know what I'm saying? Without going to the playoffs but you're going to the Pro Bowl. My thing was always, well, man, I can't go to the Pro Bowl this year because we're going to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's like the mindset. But you do want to have those individual accolades, and you only got so much time to do it. But you got to hope that happens while you focusing on the team over your own individual.
Did you feel that in 2018 where there was a little bit of a different tone in the locker room of people just wanting their own a little bit more? After you've been to the mountaintop?
The thing is, coming back from a Super Bowl, you got to get everybody to believe in that dream again. You got to get people to believe in that y'all still got what it takes. Because that year, when we won, we came back that next year, we had everybody still there. I don't think nobody really left. We had both coordinators still there. Everybody was still there. We just had new players, and we just had to get everybody up to speed. But that's just like, nah. If Alshon don't drop that catch, man, we might have been seeing the Patriots again.
Right.
That would have been a sweet little thing for the Eagles to not have been there for so long and then lost when they did go on 0-5. And then
poor Alshon, though.
Oh,
because
no.
you know what? There was still work to do. I feel like Alshon gets thrown like, if they would have won that game, there's still work to do. Yeah.
But that was just like part of the drive.
Of course.
That just killed the drive. But Alshon, man, that boy was a hard worker. He was a big part of us winning that year in 2017. And all is forgiven because we understand that's part of the game. It just sucked in that moment.
Sure.
We felt like we got our butt whooped that first game against
remember
the
that?
Saints. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a fun one. But then we come back and man, that boy, what's his name? Come get the pick. What's his name? I don't know why I can't think of
Was
his
it
name. Strap. Picked him off. And boy, I was like, oh, this is a new day today.
I like Strap.
I like Strap a lot, man. I wish it would have worked out for him a little better because, man, I just root for the underdogs, man, the ones that people ain't looking for right now until they looking for you.
Yeah, he was great. I remember that very first game he came in out of nowhere against the Giants, I think it was, and it was covering Odell. It was like everybody knew they were throwing at him, and I remember he said after the game, he's like, "What are you gonna do? Piss down your leg?" No, like this
like
is
for
what
real.
I'm here for. Yeah.
I love his attitude, man. He came in ready to play every day. Got much respect, and hope that he's still winning right now.
Defensive line stuff from last week. What did you see from Jaylen Carter after his not getting to play week 1 in week 2?
He probably was a little winded out there.
It was hot.
I know it was hot. I heard that they was winded.
Yeah.
First half of the game because I was talking to Morrow, and Morrow was just saying like for some reason, man, it was just we was just winded in the beginning, but then we got our feet up under us, and then the game just started to come to him a little more. And I feel like it's the same. That was Jaylen Carter's first adrenaline game where he got that adrenaline rush, ready to play, and then finally was able to go out there and play, and now I feel like it's just gonna get better. Cause that's how it go, man. You got to break yourself in a little bit, cause you ain't been running on that adrenaline like how you gonna run in the game now that you know all this stuff count. And so I think that for him, it's gonna get better and better as he continue to keep working.
Now you talked to Morrow, got his first career regular season sack.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice one.
That was a nice one for him. I'm proud of him. I know that I knew he was gonna be a big part of this year anyway, based off how he's been practicing in training camp, and then even how he was training during the offseason, because I would see him when I was in there training. And yeah, that boy looked good. And I'm just happy that it's translating from the offseason to the games now for him.
He was the guy, every year I do this thing where I talk to the players about, like, just name one guy who's gonna have a big season. And he got the most responses. Like, he had this awesome summer.
Yep.
What do you remember, like, do you remember, like, sizing him up as a rookie? Like, what's this guy going to be like? And then his trajectory over the last 3 years?
Oh, yeah. Just watching him in practice, seeing how he works, because you can tell. I knew Milton was going to be good, too, because Milton was always trying to lead the lines. Him and Teron Jackson, they both came in. They both came in front of the line. I was like, all right, you want let the rooks go do their thing then. All right, rooks. It ain't like I'm gonna show you anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna work hard when it's my turn anyway. But y'all want to go first? Go ahead, because they set the tempo. I will say them boys. We used to have to tell them like slow it down a little bit, y'all. Like we just starting in the beginning of practice. Like we about to get there. And but them boys, they came to work. They came to work every day. And then seeing Morrow, he came to work too, and it just got better every year because. I mean, he didn't know what he didn't know, but now he know what he had to work on, and now he do it every day.
Are there technique things that he has gotten better at, or is it just sort of general strength?
It's the technique. What kind of technique of what your coach in the scheme of how he wants things to be done, or how he wants you to take on blocks. Okay. You might have learned a certain way with a certain coach, some stuff that you might have to unlearn with this new coach that you got, because he don't like none of that you do. And it be times like that where some guys, they got to unlearn some things because they might have not had the best coach. That he was just probably trying some YouTube stuff. I ain't just being honest.
Right.
But I mean, you might have caught I would just say you might have caught the coach at a rookie stage.
Yeah.
At a rookie part of his career.
Now from college, you mean?
Well, sometimes sometimes you do go from a rookie type coach to a pro like Vic, but then you go from a coach like Vic to another rookie coach. It'd be tough because now you know what works for real. Yeah. And then you see what don't, and then you got to buy in. Even
that is hard.
That's hard. You still got to take.
I know this is going to be better.
Yeah,
but I don't want to disobey the coach.
Right. You just want to get them to trust you to do it the right way when that time comes. Like. I still take stuff that I've learned from sports and still apply it to the game. When I was playing, even if Vic didn't like certain stuff, but it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it your way on this, but I'm gonna keep
certain
this
things, right?
Because I'm the one out there playing. So when you finally get that okay that you the starter or you the guy that they looking for to make plays, then sometimes they don't care how you do it. They just hope that what they've taught you helped you make that play, that it could show up on film and stuff like that.
Do you find that I would think that a guy like Vic, even though he's like the experienced one and the expert, is probably more willing to let you do your own thing because he's more confident in the overall picture, whereas a younger coordinator might want to be a little bit more everybody do it my way because he's maybe a little bit more unsure. Is that you think that's right?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that. It's a lot of coaches that come in sometimes, especially if this their first time around.
Yeah,
they want to have their guys. They want to make sure that the way that they're teaching can translate. Like the coaches is teaching them the same way. I mean, it's just so much like a guy like Desai. He come in, he didn't have all his people that he just had to take the people that were there, and then you got to teach those guys how you want to call a game or how you want to run your defense. And I feel like that's what got him behind the 8 ball because you ain't got that much time. You only got 6 months till the season start.
Yeah.
Really, not even 6 months, really 4 or 5 months. And then August coming, you got to have, put everything compacted, and just throw out everything. And some stuff gets slipped in the cracks, where, dang, we should have went over this, but we didn't. And then it's a little uncertainty with certain stuff. And, man, you learn. It was a good learning lesson for me, just watching how things go. Like Vic brought in all his people this year.
That makes sense.
And it makes it easier because they know how you operate already. They know they speak in the same language.
Yeah.
There's so many different reasons why things don't always work, because sometimes you don't have the personnel for it, and you trying to run something that it worked with that team because you had people that you knew that knew you, but then you get somewhere else, you're trying to reteach it, and then some people might not always believe in what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
you
an important lesson.
Prove yourself to them.
Yeah.
And so that's what's tough. That's what's tough, because people don't always see that part.
There's also something, so Vic brings in his guys. They're also, no particular shade to the guys who were here before, but they're also like higher qualified position coaches at their spot, whereas Desai had not only guys who weren't his, but also, first-time linebackers coaches, stuff like that. Yep. Do you guys in the locker room talk about, like, man, I don't think this coach has it?
Well, we talk about that as players. I mean, they talk about us all the time.
Right, of course.
We got to talk about them too.
Human.
We got to talk about them too.
Yeah, everybody's talking about their bosses.
Yeah, I mean, on how they could be better and all this stuff, and what they do a good job of. Because I really feel like that's part of it. You got to make sure that we all speaking the same language. So we are going to talk about some of the stuff that he might have said. Hey, we got to know this for practice. He'd be like, man, why we got to know that, man? Like that don't even make sense. Coach said, do it, man, do it. Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And and then he should realize that he made the mistake, other than us just telling him and it seemed like we're not coachable.
Right.
Because people love to say that too.
Well, and listen, there's a difference between coaching a rookie and coaching a 10-year vet. Yeah. Right? Like they need to understand that you know what you're doing too.
Yeah. And I ain't get here for no reason either.
Right.
I got here, happen to have a little smarts to myself, and this ain't it, coach.
Last thing on this topic, because even in the transition from Desai to Fangio, the position coach is the same. Jeremiah Washburn is still on the outside. Yeah. So for like a guy like Nolan Smith, when he's a rookie, same position coach but a different scheme a little bit, what would the transition have been like for him from year 1 to year 2 to go from Desai to Fangio, even though he's got the same position coach?
Well, I think that Fangio just brought a different dynamic of, like, Desai. He wasn't probably on Nolan as much as what's the name was.
Okay, that's Vic.
And how serious what's the name can get on you in meetings. Not even like serious, but you're saying like you be shocked, like, oh, he calling me out. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it, Nolan. We need to do better right here, and all that. And it's like. You start to get on it because you want him to say good stuff about you in the meetings, and that just kind of get you going. And for me, as a vet, it's been a while since somebody really got on me, and I'm like, okay, all right, bet, coach. Okay, that's how you. Now you keep me on my toes. Now I really got to go out here and make sure I'm practicing good, because he gonna call us out. Make sure I'm making plays and doing my part, and helping others too. But that's why it's good to get criticized. I mean, if you could take it where you're not taking it personally, man, it do make you better, and then you feel good in that moment when I do have a game like how I was having against Washington. Yeah, I mean the Rams. Yeah, and then you be like, man, now you bought in all of it. Now you want to keep doing it. Right.
Now does Vic? Does he then give you credit for a good play?
He do.
What is he? But is it very like you did a good job here? Like, or
good job here. It's like quick. It's like quick.
Right. It's not. It doesn't compare to the call.
Not an elaboration, but you hype because he said good job. Oh, right. That was a good play. Then he might even get you a little more than sometimes, but it just felt like we broke him into that towards the end. Like he started being more cool. Okay. I'm not saying that he wasn't cool, but he was serious. He just a serious person. He take his job hey, as a pro, which I love, and you continue to be that. Like, we ain't here to be friends, but I would love for us to be able to have a relationship with all the time we spend together anyway.
Right.
You know, or something that we could talk about for later. You know, what we doing it for if we ain't really trying to, you know, have something that we can talk about to our kids later.
Right.
And so now we do. We
of
go
all
on together.
That's great. Of all the coordinators you've had, is Vic the one who's the most like individually calling people out?
You know what? Nah, I say Swartz.
Okay.
Swartz big on that.
Okay.
And I love that. That's when we really turned it around, was when we had people that don't care like how much money you're making, how much. It's like, look, this don't cost us the game because you don't know what to do, or you weren't paying attention when you were supposed to be paying attention, because we need everybody. And so that's how that's how Coach Swartz used to come in. And I mean, man, when I tell you, he real particular about like his walkthroughs, no talking, none of that. Like why he presenting, all that stuff. Like you fall asleep, hey, stand up. You know, like he call you out.
Okay.
You know, and he used to always get on me because I'd be in there like this.
Well, you had a little one at that point. Like, yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But I love that though, because I know it's consistent. All you're looking for is consistency.
Sure.
And when somebody, you could tell when somebody pretending for real, or just doing it because Howie over there looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. When your boss is over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And now it's like, man, who are you? You wasn't like this. And why are you acting like that?
Yeah.
But people be like that sometimes, but that's part of it.
All right. That's great insight. We appreciate that, BG. We'll be back with more
don't
next
get me
week.
in no trouble, man, or this over with.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? Of course not.
I know that was my line all the time when I was in when I was playing.
That's right. Okay, back with more on the PHLY Eagles podcast.